Hello everyone, I welcome you to ICS Mahesh PU College Dharwad YouTube channel. Students, we are discussing the topic the solid state. In this video, we shall discuss the electrical properties of solids. Electrical properties. Solids exhibit an amazing range of electrical conductivities extending over 27 orders of magnitude, ranging from 10 raised to minus 20 to 10 raised to 7 per ohm per meter. Solids can be classified into three types on the basis of their conductivities. They are metal, non-metal and metalloid. Metals are the good conductors of heat and electricity. Metalloids are poor conductors of heat and electricity. And also the non-metal, they are poor conductors of heat and electricity. To explain the electrical conductivity of solids, band theory was proposed. The atomic orbitals of metal atoms form molecular orbitals which are so close in energy to each other as to form a band. Here, bands are nothing but molecular orbitals. There are two types of bands. One, a valency band, and another one, a conduction band. The molecular orbitals containing electrons and is of lower energy. Valency band, these are the molecular orbitals either completely filled or partially filled and of lower energy. Conduction band is the unoccupied or empty molecular orbitals and is of higher energy. See, the substance will conduct electricity only if a valency band is partially filled or it overlaps with a higher energy unoccupied conduction band. Then electron can flow easily under the applied electric field and metal shows conductivity. And also the substance exhibit conductivity when there is a very less energy gap between valency band and conduction band. Let us understand the conduction of electricity in conductors. In conductors, the energy gap between valency band and conduction band is negligible, or we can say a valency band is overlapped with the conduction band. Hence, under the applied electric field, flow of electrons takes place easily. Examples, iron, copper, nickel, etc. They are good conductors of heat and electricity. In insulators, students, in insulators you can see from the diagram there is a large energy gap between valency band and conduction band. The gap between filled valency band and vacant conduction band is very large. And under the applied electric field, the electron cannot overcome this energy gap and therefore the substance do not conduct heat and electricity. Example, glass, rubber, plastic, wool, etc. Conduction of electricity in metalloids or semiconductors. Substances like silicon and germanium shows this type of behavior. They are metalloids and are called intrinsic semiconductors. See, there is a very less energy gap between valency and conduction band than that of insulators. But we can change the electrical property of semiconductor. How we can change the property of semiconductor? By adding the impurities. By adding impurities, like arsenic or boron. The process of adding impurities is called doping and result in the semiconductors are called extrinsic semiconductors and the impurities are called dopants. Let us understand the extrinsic semiconductors. They are of two types, N type and P type. Doping can be done with an impurity which is electron rich or electron deficient as compared to the intrinsic semiconductor, silicon or germanium. Such impurities introduce electronic defects in them. Let us consider the first type of extrinsic semiconductor, that is N type of semiconductor. In the diagram, you can look into the semiconductor silicon having 4 valency electrons. All the 4 valency electrons are shared with the neighboring silicon atom. Okay. Silicon and germanium belong to group 14, that is carbon family of the periodic table, and have 4 valency electrons. In their crystals, each atom forms 4 covalent bonds with its neighbors. This is intrinsic semiconductor. It can be converted to extrinsic. When doped with group 15 elements like phosphorus or arsenic, which is having 5 electrons, pentavalent, which contains 5 valency electrons, they occupy some of the laticides in silicon or germanium crystal. 4 out of 5 electrons are used in the formation of 4 covalent bonds with the 4 neighboring silicon atoms. The 5th electron is extra and becomes delocalized. 5th electron is extra and becomes delocalized. These delocalized electrons increase the conductivity of doped silicon or germanium. Here, the increase in conductivity is due to the negatively charged electron. Hence, silicon doped with electron-rich impurity is called N type of semiconductor. Let us consider the other type of semiconductor called P type of semiconductor. Silicon or germanium, when doped with 13 group elements, that is trivalent, having 3 electrons, like boron, aluminium or gallium, which contains only 3 valency electrons. The place where the 4th valency electron is missing is called electron hole. You can look into the structure. But in doing so, it would leave an electron hole as its original position. If it happens, it would appear as if the electron hole is moving in the direction opposite to that of the electron that filled it. Under the influence of electric field, electrons would move towards positively charged plate through electron holes, but it would appear as if electron holes are positively charged and are moving towards negatively charged plate. This type of semiconductor are called P type of semiconductor. Simple, students. N type of semiconductor results by doping silicon with 15th group of elements like phosphorus or arsenic, whereas P type of semiconductor results by doping silicon with 13 group elements like boron, aluminium or gallium. That's it. Let us see the distinguishing properties between N type and P type quickly. N type doped with pentavalent atoms, p-type doped with trivalent atoms. N-type electrons contribute to conduction, p-type holes or positively charged contribute to conduction. Students, thank you.